Welcome back to St. Patrick's Parabox. I'm dear darling, and together we'll step in a world, in a world, in a world, in a world, etc. Where last time we were doing these puzzles, which I don't remember what they were off the top of my head. Ah, clone puzzles. 2 clones is interesting. Okay. This is... I don't even know how... How do we do this? Because it doesn't... How do I even interact with anything here? I can do this, it will put me over there, which is not useful. We need to get this out. Okay. We can eat this. And move it there. That's true. Wait, hold on, how does that work? It eats one clone. Which puts it into the bottom of that, which will clone it over here, and because we're recursive, it enters over there, which we then push out, and now we have access to. Okay. So then I guess we just do the same thing here, right? We do this and we push it out, and then... Okay. Interesting. So that basically just hinged on us being able to sort of load the bullet, right? What's this do? I don't even... That's crazy. What's this gonna do? I don't even know. It's gonna be recursive, isn't it? I was gonna say, I was like, I don't think we can do that. So we need to somehow get this one. What happens if you push a real one into a clone? Okay, I think that makes sense. That's not what I meant to do. We need to, what do we need to do? I don't, I would say this mechanic is very difficult right now for me to comprehend. We can do this. This will push you. Oh, interesting. I pushed that way around. Okay, well, that got that out here, which is, I think that's good. This would just be infinity if we did that, so we can't do that. There must be something that we want to do. So I'm trying to think, doing this pushes that into there. Does it always prioritize pushing something into something over engulfing something? It does. It looks like. I was wondering if it was maybe like a clone thing that's prioritized. So we can send one of them over to that side. Which maybe it makes more sense to be the clone. I haven't really actually thought out a solution yet. I'm just like, it feels like this kind of makes sense. I don't think it does. Because the only thing we could do is cause infinity, which we don't want. Or we could push this out to itself. Which feels wrong. But we can't push out anything through here is a problem. Because we need them both on that side. It does feel like we should be trying to get this one, the real one, into the clone, actually. Because then we can send it over there like that. But then I don't know how we get the real one back out. Isn't it stuck? Because there's only infinity on that side. Oh, we walk into the clone, which puts us into the real one, effectively, which allows us to push it out, and now we can probably think of a way to get the clone out from the side. I don't know how, but we're gonna think of a way. But we have them all here right now. Maybe we can't brace out against a wall. No, we had to brace it against something, surely. Wait, maybe... No, hold on. Maybe we do it before we send it over. So we push it over like that. We push it out like this. And then, hold on, we got it. And now we can teleport it across. Okay, I think this mechanic might take me a lot longer to settle in compared to the other ones. It's really quite difficult to work with. In a good way. It's very complicated. I don't even know what we want to do here. We want to get this out? How? But, okay, presumably we walk through. We don't need the real one, so I imagine we push everything into the real one somehow. I think we need both of them over here, right? We need like this one loaded in. Or something. Because I want to push it out. No, hold on. I just need to know what happens when we do this. If we push a real one into a clone. But now those ones are trapped over there, right? Yeah, we can't get them out. Well, hold on. What do we want to happen over here? We want to basically eat. Eat it, right? We want to have clone lined up here. 2 clones. No, it can't be 2 clones, can it? No, it can be 2 clones. We want the 2 clones lined up here. One in here, the other over here. Then we push the clone one out and push it out again. It will eat it up. Okay, I think that's what we do. Very confusingly. I think you can just stay here then. So I'll just sort of move you to the side for a moment and get the other one in. We have one eat the other, which would just basically be this. No, okay, we need the real one down there, not the clone. Right. So we put one clone, no, the real one and the clone. No, not in that order. We need to put it. No, we can put it in this order. It doesn't matter because it's going to be a clone of a big one, isn't it? Oh no, we can't go back. So we put the clone into the clone, move it to the side, and then this is our one-way trip. We take the real one through the clone, which allows us to go in. We put the clone in the corner. We put the real one out here. Push it out. Push against yourself. This doesn't work? Oh no, we push from this side. That's why the hole's at the top. Then we walk back in and then we're done. I actually logically worked that one out. That's crazy. That's... I'm getting there. I'm getting there with it, I think. Okay. So we just need a block over here. Interesting. We need to separate these. How? I don't know. My hunch is it's going to be something like this, and then we do that, right? But now we can push you into the corner. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm doing this because, oh, because if I do something on a real one, it's not. I don't even know if I understand what I'm doing here. I am separating them out by using the clone to push it into the real one. And then because I still have the real one left, I can now walk into the smaller real one and it separates them out like this. Then I can push them back and it's fine. And then this one I can just do like this. Okay. That one's really hard to articulate what's going on. I'm kind of basically... I'm separating them out using the clone and then using a real one as an access point, essentially. So this might be a similar thing. We had to push it into here, it'll push it into a real one. We push it back out. We push it here, push it into one, push it back out. Push it here. But how do we get it out? Because that will only be there. But that pushes the rest of them. Okay. But if we push them out this way. No, it does feel like a couple of them need to be pushed out like this, maybe. But that traps it if we do that. If I push this in, it's gonna... Huh? Oh, this is highly confusing. What's it doesn't... This one feels weirdly impossible. I know it can't be. But it's such a restricted space because we can't get anything out from the wall here, can we? Maybe we can, I don't know. What if we push it out? Just one. Push this back out. This feels like we have something to work with. I don't know what necessarily. But it feels like something to work with. What can we do with this? We can push this through. This separates another layer. The thing is, we don't have any access points anymore. I'm not sure what my plan is here. I wonder if I should have left one space. Oh, I can't leave one space for this one. Because I can't walk out of a clone box, that's a problem. So we can fish out one like this. We could actually probably fish out two if we wanted to. I just don't know if that's useful. Because then we can't access anything. That's why I was like, fishing one out is pretty useful. It feels like something to work with, but there's not a lot of room to do anything else with it. Or is there? Hold on. I think we just discovered the solution. It actually is just exactly the same puzzle again. It's us pushing it out one way, feeding it in using the clone, and then separating it out using the real smaller version. I genuinely don't know how to describe what I'm doing with it. Right, well, this is like the only thing we can do here. Okay. It feels like these should be inverted. But we can't invert them. I don't even know what I want to happen. Well, we can't go in like that, so that can't be right. But yeah, wait, hold on. Is my goal to invert them around? Because if I inverted them around, then I could walk out here and I'd walk into the solution. So is this block not actually to do that? It's just to brace it like this? I actually think it is. Because now it's no longer trapped. Now we can do this the other way around like I intended. So when we push you down into itself, we walk out and we walk in. Ah, I also worked that one out. What's going on here? Okay. That does seem to suggest we do want you in here. At the very least to do this. Ah. We want you to come out first, it seems. And then we want to push you in. And then we get ready by doing this. Then we push you in, and then we walk out. Okay, wonderful. I don't know if I underthought that one. That actually seems a lot easier than expected. Because they all follow a very similar pattern. Of we want to give a real one inside the clone. Because it's sort of like a pseudo recursion. Well, this one's only a bit difficult. Oh, interesting. So we do want to push you in here, but we want to... Right, we don't want to actually enter. That's what these blocks are for. They're like a poking stick. To make sure that we can go over here, we can walk out. And then do this. Interesting, we're actually surprisingly simple. Difficult challenge puzzles, aren't they? These ones. What is going on here? Okay. This must be weird. It was. Huh? So we only need 3 of them in each other. Okay, I see. So probably we just... No, because pushing it into a corner seems like a bad idea, right? One of them has to be in the corner, though. Oh, just definitively false, I guess. How do I get this one out? Like this, okay. That's hard to think about. That one's like combining that one plus middle, isn't it? What? Oh, it immediately starts us with an infinity. That's a bold statement. But we can... No, we can't go back in. Okay. I'm not really sure what the goal is here, to be honest. I feel like we want to use this subspace as a brace for this. And then we bring it back out. Okay. So it's a different concept here. It's sort of like doing subworlds. Well, we can push these both out. And we want them essentially to be like this. No, we don't. I'm crazy. We want it to be this way round. And then we'll walk into it at the bottom here. I see. That seems like a good place as any, I think, to wrap it up. I'm not sure if we should keep going. What is this world called again? This world seems like a sort of smorgasbord of different things. Clone. Still clone. But it feels like this is now taking advantage of the mechanics in the previous levels, which I feel like some of the other ones didn't do quite as much. I don't mean that as a shot for them, it's just more like as a observation, if anything. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to round this episode off here, so if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Patrick's Parabox, and I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.